morning, bells and bows and chalk paint enthusiasts. I am Heather Marzigliano, and I am here from Grace on Broadway in Bangor, Pennsylvania, which is in the northeast section. I am a premier retailer for Dixie Belle ×3 locations, and I am one of the co-founders of the Bells and Bow Tour. So I wanted to come on today. Kristana was slotted for right now, but she couldn't be here, so I offered to jump in. So I wanted to be here to do a project with a little bit of some of our sponsors' stuff, right? So we're going to create a really cute tray. This is a round tray cutout from Sinopoly, which is one of the Bells and Bow Tour sponsors. It is super thick. All of the stuff that you would get from Sinopoly is amazing. So we're going to use this. We are going to use, this is our product list, Sawmill Gravy from Dixie Belle. We're going to use Clear Coat Flat from Dixie Belle. I have 2 of my paintbrushes. They're also Dixie Belle. We have 2 gorgeous knobs from Lawless. We're going to use my rad pads by SurfPrep, sand, and I have these stunning decoupage papers from Roycycled. So we are going to create a super cute tray to get us ready for the holiday season. Now the best part is that all of these people are sponsors of the Bells and Bow Tour that'll be in New Jersey on November 3rd. So that is like 17 days away. We still have tickets. A lot of this stuff is going to still actually be in your swag bag. So if you're coming, I know for sure that you're going to get a sheet of Roycycled. And I know that you're going to get a pack of rad pads. So everything we're using today is part of the tour. You're going to be working with it. You're going to get to use it. So I'm going to chat while we paint. But first I'm going to see if I can get you guys to hear, to see what the heck we're doing. Let's see if we can get it. Woo! And we fell down. Let's see. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Let's get our camera situated so you guys can see what we're doing. All right. So I'm still here, but you guys can mostly see this, right? What we're gonna do first is, this is raw wood. We already wiped it back. We already cleaned it. There's nothing crazy going on here. So I'm going to paint it with Sawmill Gravy. I have my Dixie Belle Mini, which is this one. My brushes are well loved, as you can see. Super well loved. We're just going to go ahead and paint this. I wanted it a neutral color. We could have painted it. Obviously, most of you guys know that Dixie Belle has 69 colors now. So it could have been any color under the rainbow. But I wanted to keep this nice and neutral. Because this is unfinished, the paint is soaking up really nice, and it's going to dry fairly quick. These are actually the cutouts that we're using in my class at the Bells and Bow Tour to do ombre with. We are using this board to create a sign, and I believe Justin Van Fleet is also using these boards for you guys to create trays. In his class, you're not decoupaging. You guys are actually going to be doing the wonderful work how to layer design upon design. You're going to learn how to do polka dots and all that kind of fun stuff. So I know this color is super close to that one, but I love sawmill gravy. It is like the perfect neutral. It's a nice off-white with just a hint of gray. A lot of times I come on here and the painting part is already done, but I thought it'd be fun to still use that with you guys. It'll go quick. See, we're already halfway there. We pre-cut 2 holes straight apart from each other for our handles. We did do that before jumping on. Those holes were not there. We just used our drill and cut 2 holes for the hardware. All right, I'm just evening out my lines. We only really need 1 coat because the decoupaging we're going to do is going to cover this entire thing. So I just really wanted a nice background color. Okay. Now, that looks like it's actually, because it's still a little shiny, but it's almost getting dry. So what we're going to do, that's going to dry. Let's see if I can show you guys. This is the paper that I chose to use. There's actually a bunch of papers in this collection, and while we're waiting 2 seconds for it to dry, I can show you the stuff I have so that we're not sitting here in like awkward silence, right? If you live by me on Grace on Broadway, I'm going to be carrying these papers. If you don't, we are going to have them on our website. So we have this design, and my thought for this tray is we're going to go right around here. So this is going to be our main design. So that's what we're making today. If you come to the conference, you're going to get one of these sheets. I don't know which one is going to be in your bag. But we also have this one. Isn't that cute? With the bluebirds. Then we have, we're just about dry, so this is working out. We have this really cool vintage look. It's like an old vintage sign. So these are all decoupage sheets. So they're just a smidge thicker than tissue paper, but they're not quite paper. They're like a nice in-between. That's the paper we have now. This one is super fun. It's like industrial. There you go. So it's like a blueprint. This is a new company, and I believe she's just starting to take orders and retailers and all that good stuff. This one is so pretty. It's got nice pretty flowers. Hey Theo! Look at those pretty flowers. Hey Marcy! And at the bottom of this one, there's this pretty bee. I love the bee. Isn't that pretty? Queen bee. That'd be great on so much stuff, like the queen bee something, right? So, these are swag bag items. And there she is again. So now I don't know who's going to get what, but if you are coming, you are going to get one of these. Theo and Sally, and I see Theo's there, they own Would You Bend, which is another amazing swag bag sponsor. And maybe we can add some woody bend to our project today. I have it sitting right next to me, and that would be amazing. Then we could do so much stuff all in one project. Look at this rooster. Like, how many great projects can you create with that, right? Love it. And it has tons of detail, especially for paper. I mean, look, okay. So if you're coming, one of these is for sure in your swag bag. All right. And just like that, we're dry, so that really worked out. I'm super pumped. That was awesome. It doesn't always work out perfect for me. I'm gonna see if I can squinch you guys just back one. I'm gonna push you guys back, and then I'm sure you're gonna fall over. Yes, Royce's papers are absolutely gorgeous. All right, that gets you guys a better. I'm using a milk crate for a table because it's the right height for my stand. Okay, so now what we want to do is I'm going to take my paper because it's bigger than my tray, and I want to get the rough feel for what we're going to do. We don't need to cut it all the way to size. I can deal with that later. But there's all of this excess that's just going to get in our way, so we want to at least trim it. So I'm just going to come down here, and how I'm going to trim it is I'm being careful to not mess up this flower, because I don't need it, but it's gorgeous. Like, I could use that on a whole separate piece. So just because it's one sheet doesn't mean that you can't repurpose certain parts onto another project. So I'm saving that flower. I think I want, they're gonna come this way. I think I want it down just a smidge. No, up more. There, that's how I'm gonna want it. That'll be super pretty, right? Love it. Okay, so just in case you can see, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So now, because we did it, there's some kind of dents for guidelines. I'm going to turn it this way just so I'm seeing it right side up as I'm working. And I want to fix my handles, right, because we already have the holes. So you want to have that right where you're working so they're all in the same direction, because that's where we're going to hold on to it from. So now it's painted. We did one coat because, as you see, we're using the entire decoupage sheet. We're not using just a tiny smidge. Now what we're going to use is, I don't use Mod Podge. I don't think you need to. I use Dixie Belle top coat, and today we're using flat. This is just another Dixie Belle mini brush, another very loved brush. All my handles are crazy. And we're going to put our top coat on. And I'm going to put it on in a way that is thicker than thin, but not heavy, if that makes sense. Kind of like just a smidge thicker than a thin coat, because we want it to be able to grab the paper. And I'm kind of looking to make sure that I'm getting coverage. I'm working a little bit quick because we do want it to be wet. But it's good if it takes a second, because you kind of want it to be the tiniest bit tacky. So it's like a nice in between soaking wet and dry, and just thicker than super thin. We want total coverage. So I'm just running through with a super quick. It really helps to have a good light, because then you can kind of see the shine. Now, I'm going to take my paper, and we are going to put it on. And I'm hopefully, I have a fan. Fans do not help. I want to start in one corner and line it up. That's super loose. It's not all the way on, like I can still pick it up. So for this second, I still have a couple seconds to maneuver it. And once I know where I want it, we're gonna just really rub it on. And I'm gonna push out this way. I'm using my fingers. It is a pretty and thin paper. So we're just gonna work all the way this way. We're gonna keep working it. Just gonna kind of pull that up just a second. It was getting a couple more bubbles than I wanted. I don't think I mind some on this one, but I don't want a lot. So now I'm just going around and smoothing it out. And you're here live. That's exciting. Okay. So we have gone all the way around and gotten this on. If you want, you can take plastic wrap and put it down, and then you can take like a wallpaper scraper, or even if you have the new transfer tools by Redesign with Prima, if you put that down and you can slide it, and that helps to get it all straight. But I'm just going to use my fingers because they work just as good. And then I feel like I can control how much I press down and don't. And all I'm doing is going over where there might be some lines or some bubbles that I don't want. And I'm just smoothing it out. I can see on my edges, there's a little bit that kind of came up. All we're going to do is kind of sneak back under with some top coat and put them back down. That's no big deal. But there's no reason to run out and have to get different products. We can use top coat for all this stuff. Okay. So now we have it mostly on. See? I'm not holding it. So there's our beautiful design again. See, it's on. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to take my brush with my top coat and I'm just going to tuck in these corners that seem to just need a little bit extra. which is super easy, right? We're just gonna, down here seem to want some extra. Right up there. This side is actually pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna rub around the edge to get a clear line of where the edge is. And we can cut closer. We're gonna sand this down once it's dry because I want a distressed edge. But we can kind of cut around the edges. Again, just because the paper at this point is more so gonna get in our way than be harmful. You know, it's not gonna do anything bad to have the extra paper, but we don't need it either. So let's just get it out of there. But again, this could be cute on something else, so I'm trying to save as much of the paper as I can and just cut down to what I need. The reason I didn't pre-cut the paper all the way short is because when we were putting it on, if I decided to move it at the last minute, I wanted the ability to do that. So I like to cut my paper at this point because now I know 100% what I'm using instead of guessing. Okay. So our tray is starting to take shape. Here, you can see. Yay! This is going to be super cute. I'm just going to check the edges, make sure that they're still down pretty good. Right over here, I just need a tiny bit more. Now, I'm going to let that dry for 2 seconds, just so it's really ready for us. What we're going to use next is our sanding pads. And the sanding pads that I use that we also have on the tour by SurfPrep, they are the makers of the amazing sanding systems that we have, but they also have these absolutely incredible finishing pads. So these are for all of you hand sanders or the people that when you want to just grab something super quick and kind of finish a project. They come in 4 grits. All 4 of these are going to be in swag bags along with an amazing coupon from SurfPrep. Right now I have a 10% coupon for you guys, and that's good on anything you order. So they have very fine, fine, super fine, and medium. The way that those grits basically work is I made samples for everybody. So this is just Bunker Hill Blue. This is Bunker Hill Blue with super fine. So it basically just buffed it super shiny and soft. You can see. This is Bunker Hill Blue with very fine. So you got some distressing, but nothing crazy, and a lot of buffing. The back of these is foam like a pool noodle. The front is your abrasive. So this way you can wrap around anything and sand and you're not going to scratch your piece, because a lot of times if you use sandpaper and you bend it, it will crack, and that will actually scratch your surface. This won't. And the foam will also help keep your hands free from really blisters, any of that craziness. Okay, so this is fine. It's the blue one. And now you can see there's just a touch more distress, right? Like this is starting to take it off. And then this is the medium. So this is really going to take off a bunch. This is what you're going to use if you want to distress and you want to make it old and funky. You're going to go for your medium. We're actually going to use this right now. I think this is the one I'm going to want, because I'm going to use this to kind of bang off these edges here. So I'm going to use my crate and let this kind of hang over the edge. And I'm going to use my rad pad to get all this excess paper off. And then I'm going to have a nice clean edge. See how it's just taking it right off? Bam. Now the cool thing is if we had a darker color, you could see it more, but it'll distress your edge just a tiny bit if you use this one while it's taking the paper right off. So we're getting a super clean edge. A smidge of distressing, which I think will be pretty. I'm a distressed girl. I don't believe that everything should look super brand new. A lot of times we're working with vintage furniture or antique furniture. So when we refinish it, it shouldn't, I don't believe it should look perfectly new. It's just not my thing. Everybody has their own thing. If you're a nice and clean line person, that's awesome too. So I'm just working right around, letting my sandpaper kind of bang some stuff off for me. I'll show you in 1 second, because you can see right there what I'm talking about, and it looks really pretty. It's not like over distress, it's just a really pretty kind of softening. So I'm just going to kind of quickly, sorry for the sanding noise, I know it's horrible. Okay. So see right here how pretty it kind of just softened the edge here. It just kind of makes it nice. Okay, you joined late. What's the type or weight of the paper? So these are Royce's paper. I'm not sure they're by Roycycled. I'm not sure the exact weight of them. I would say they're thicker than a tissue paper, but not quite, it's not paper. Maybe it's like a vellum paper thickness. I will ask her for the official paper thickness. Okay, so now your paper's on, it's dried on. For everyone who's watching, we use Dixie Belle Clear Coat Flat. And I painted it, and then I, just with one quick coat of sawmill gravy, because we covered this whole thing with it, and I wanted to keep like this color in the background. Then I used my Clear Coat Flat. I put on a just thicker than thin coat. While it was tacky, I laid down my paper and I rubbed it using my fingers to get it nice and smooth and get out any of the wrinkles. We kind of cut around. I used my SurfPrep rad pads to clean up my edges and kind of do a light sand over the top. Now I'm going to take my same brush, my same Clear Coat Flat, and we're just going to go right over the top and seal this whole thing in. If any bubbles kind of reappear, because sometimes that happens, you're just going to do like before and push them out. Start where they are and work towards the edge. I'm just going to move this where I can see it a little bit better. And again, if you wanted to, you could take like plastic wrap and like a wallpaper thing, or even a credit card, and the plastic wrap will protect your paper to get any of the bubbles back out. You also probably would let it dry a smidge more than I did. Sometimes when we're live, we kind of push through projects. But this is making all the colors kind of really come up super nice. And it's going to protect it because it's a tray. And I'm probably going to let my clear coat dry and then add another coat of clear coat, especially if it's going to be used as a tray and not just pretty decoration. So if you're watching and you don't have your ticket yet, come to the Bells and Bow Tour. These are only some of our amazing sponsors, and you'll get to create all of this fun stuff with us. You'll get to learn with us, network with us, you'll get to meet amazing people. It's going to be a really great time. It is in just over 2 weeks. We still have some tickets available. I can see my hole for my hardware right there. And you're really going to want to be part of it. These are all the fun, and you're going to get a lot of this stuff in a swag bag. Okay. There we go. Just pushing anything I see left over to the edge. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go back and do a second coat, but you guys don't see it dries pretty quick. And now all that's left to do, I'm going to do a second coat, and then I will take wood glue. But we have our super pretty knobs from Lawless. And you're just going to punch a hole through your paper and put some wood glue to keep them in place forever. And now we have a super pretty serving tray. Ta-da! So I'm going to kind of come back. Hold on. There I am. I'm back. Hi, guys. So, here is our serving tray. Super cute, right? That can make for a super great gift. It could be a decoration for your home. If you are a retailer and you're looking for a workshop idea for your area, this would be a great workshop idea. These papers are stunning. You can decoupage them on pretty much anything. It can go on furniture, on trays, on all that kind of stuff. This could be decoration. Another idea for this is you can create these same holes here and here and basically run a rope, and then it's a pretty sign or a door cover. We could add different pieces of wood you bend to it. I'm just looking, I have some here. Let's see what I have. What do I have? Oh, so wood you bend are these. They're super fun. They're basically wooden appliques, but they're anything but simple because as soon as you heat them, they become pliable, but they're still stainable, they're still paintable, they're drillable, so it would be totally pretty. Like, look. What if we put one here, right? Or down here. But the cool thing is they bend, so we could even have one kind of run off and like bend around the corner. So these are amazing to add dimension. I'm not going to play with them too much today, but I just wanted to show you that they are absolutely there as a quick and easy kind of additional product. Oh, that would be cool. That'd be really pretty. I would love that. Okay. So lots of fun can be had. There's so many extra products that just make our Dixie Belle paint even better, and all of our projects even better. Actually, you can kind of see behind me, this is a piece that I've been working on live for a while, and these are wood bends, and they're bending around this waterfall piece. And we added them and painted them, and that's just about finished. So that's going to have pictures soon. Super excited. All right, so seriously, 17 days, Bells and Bow Tour, New Jersey. If you can't make New Jersey, January 18th is the Atlanta World Conyers. It's close to Atlanta. And we're going to have lots of fun. We're going to learn a lot. Thank you for being here for my project today. Go out and have an amazing rest of your day and the rest of your week. And I'll see you soon. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.